Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Aplus talk show. And today we have a very special guest. His name is Thôi, and he's my student. He's a student at Aplus. And the reason why I'm bringing Thai here because he has achieved a very high band score in IELTS, which is 7 point. Okay, hello Thai. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Okay, so what's going on?
Well, I'm doing pretty great.
Okay, yep. So before you study IELTS, I'm pretty sure that you have a very good English speaking. Can you tell me a little bit about your background?
Well, before I really dive in about IELTS, I don't really know much about IELTS itself. I'm just like an English learner.
Yeah, okay. So of course when you study IELTS, you have overcome and you have met and you have to deal with a lot of challenges, right? Can you tell me a little bit about some challenges?
Well, the most challenging one I think is about the time managing part. I have to balance between like school time and like for IELTS because I study in a gifted like middle school, and we have an abundance of homework from math, from like English, even from art.
Yeah.
And in order to balance the time of IELTS and English itself and the time for those other subjects is a very like difficult things. But from time to time, I really like develop a schedule in order to don't have to like run in a deadline.
Yeah. Okay. Pretty good. Okay, so time management is a problem, right?
Yeah.
It's also an obstacle for you to overcome. So besides, what else do you have to deal with apart from time?
We couldn't go away without talking about the elephants in the room, which is COVID. I like started learning here about 6 months ago, and about 3 or 4 months in COVID happens. And at that time it was like very difficult, all closed down, and my class had to switch from offline to online.
Yeah, okay. I also know that originally you was not interested in studying IELTS, right? Okay, so what was the reason behind the decision studying IELTS at Aplus?
Well, about this part, I have to thanks to my dad. Originally, he told me about IELTS. Like one day, he just came to my room and he told me that I find this course.
Okay,
which
so
is really
sorry,
helpful.
but what were the very first reaction when he told you?
Oh, I was quite surprised since before that, my father don't really like acknowledge my English skills, and he don't really cheer me up whenever I learning English at the teacher's house or something. And just this random day he came in and tell me that there's a course and I have to go like 40 kilometers away.
40 kilometers, right?
Yeah. From my house.
Your house, yeah. Okay. So I'm I'm a little bit curious about like when you are studying at Aplus. So in the meantime, what does he usually do to kill some time?
About like twice a week.
Yeah.
He picked me up from school, drive me here, and in 2 hours when I was studying, he gonna venturing around the city and maybe go in some coffee shop, just waiting. Yeah, it's kind of boring, but I don't know how he did that for like 6 months.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting,
Twice
right?
a week.
Maybe I guess he plays some kind of game, right? I'm not really sure, but kill like 2 or 3 hours a day. Yeah, it's a big amount of time. Okay, so moving on to your achievement, we can possibly be called success, right? So which skill that you are the most proud of?
Well, I think it is reading. Well, about reading in IELTS is not actually the same as reading on a daily basis at home or in a library. Since when you're reading, like in a book, you read and you just understand the meaning.
Yeah.
You don't have to look for a specific information. But reading in IELTS, it's all about skill. You have to scan, and like an abundance of skill. You have to pull in to find the most important information.
Yeah. Coupled with the fact that you are given only like 60 minutes to finish all the 40 questions. So I know that we have a type of question in the IELTS reading, which is matching and heading, right? So a lot of students face the more challenging type of question. So how did you pull this off? How did you handle it?
Well, for those other tasks, we just scanning, find a specific sentence or like word, and then like fill it in the blanks. But for this task, you have to like conduct the whole meaning of a paragraph into one sentence. So in order to do that, you have to scan a lot, and then you highlight those which is more important. The sentence and the quote and the vocabulary that is not contribute much to the whole paragraph, I'm gonna have to erase it out. And then what you left with is the like the main idea of the paragraph.
Okay, yeah. So how did you got for IELTS reading? 8, right?
Yeah, 8.
Okay, which is pretty high, 8 and band 8 and band 9, yeah. Okay, so we've been talking about like your story, how did you overcome so many obstacles and challenges to study at Aplus, and with the very helpful help from your dad and his commitment to your journey, which is really wonderful. Okay, so moving on to your plan. Let's talk about plan. Okay, so what is your plan in general?
Well, my plans in general is like after gone like in middle school, I gonna attend to a like gifted about English specifically high school, and from the high school I didn't really like decide where I'll go to university yet. Maybe later on. But yeah, now just a gifted English high school.
Yeah, okay, so I'm pretty sure that Band 7 is actually a dream come true for many students out there. And actually, 6 or 7 or 8 years ago, for me, it's also my dream band score. But I'm pretty positive that you will not stop at Band 7, right? So how do you improve your band score in the future?
Well, in order to get from like 7 to 8, I think it is the same as 6 to 7. You gotta read a lot, you have to listen to audios a lot, and from time to time I'll ask my teacher to give me some newly updated essay in order to practice. Well, the key in order to like up your band score is just practice.
Yeah, as people say, practice like makes perfect, right? Okay, so last but not least, so can you share with us, what will you do with the IELTS certificate in the future?
Well, this sounds kind of obvious, but when you have a IELTS like good band score enough, it'll help you to get a better high school, better university, even better job.
Yeah.
For a job nowadays, most company, if the company wants to grow, they have to like cooperate with some international partnership.
Yeah.
And in order to do so, language is a like a key component.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's always like plays a very important role, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so finally, then I think if you have to like give a piece of advice to the audience and to the students that are about to learn IELTS, so what would it be?
Well, for those who are planning to like take a IELTS exam, well, let me tell you, just relax. Don't be depressed you are good. You're doing all the great stuff. Don't be depressed. Just relax. You are ready. That's all.
Yeah, a very powerful message, and enjoy the journey, everyone. Okay, thank you, Thái. Thank you for being here.